Warden's Law is the new reprised Nightfall legendary hand cannon in Season of the Witch. Hand cannons received a substantial buff in PvE this season, dealing 20% more damage to red bars and a massive 75% more damage to mages. But alongside that, the new heavy burst archetype of Warden's Law makes it very strong compared to many other hand cannons in the game. It fires a 2-bullet burst on each trigger pull at 257 RPM. But we can simplify the way we think about it compared to traditional hand cannons as equivalent to 128.5 RPM, so roughly halfway between a 140 and a 120 in terms of how often we can pull the trigger. You might think then that its damage output would fall somewhere between those two, but in reality it is much better than that. Where both bullets are body shots, the total damage is the same as a 120 body shot, though obviously at a faster rate of fire. But where it really shines is its headshot damage, which has a huge 1.8 times multiplier to reward players who can control the burst recoil to hit successive crits. 120s have a 1.6 times multiplier, whereas 180s and 140s only have a 1.5. So headshots with Warden's Law deal 12.3% more damage than a 120, while also firing 7% faster. To compensate for this, the magazine is predictably lower than most other hand cannons, with 16 in the mag base or 8 shots, increasing to 18 with tac mag, 20 with appended, and 22 with extended. Backup mag adds a further 6 to each of these, and adept backup adds 8. But you're capped at 28 total, so to reach max capacity you need extended with a backup mag, or appended with adept backup. For damage perks, it can roll Frenzy, Kill Clip, Rampage, or Vorpal. But what I want to highlight in this video are the unique synergies that this burst archetype has with perks, exotics, and artifact mods that make it perform better with these than alternative single-shot hand cannons. First up, Lucky Pants. This exotic is great for hunters to deal a significant amount of extra boss damage with a primary hand cannon after running out of heavy and special ammo. When readying a fully loaded kinetic hand cannon, each bullet hit adds a timed stacking damage bonus up to 10 stacks, upon which each bullet deals 7 times the damage of a normal hit. When the timer runs out, you receive a 10-second debuff called Out of Luck, where damage returns to normal. Warden's Law works extremely well with Lucky Pants because of the 1.8 times crit multiplier, plus the 2-shot burst ramps up the damage stacks faster. And it can roll Vorpal for 20% extra boss damage, with 4th times a charm to maximise the number of shots before reloading, to fire as many 10-stack shots as possible before getting out of luck. And as it's a legendary, you can put a boss spec mod on for an extra 7.8% as well. I tested it against the previous best legendary hand cannon, the 7th Seraph Revolver with Vorpal, 4th times charm and boss spec, as well as the 2 best exotics for Lucky Pants, Malfeasence with the Catalyst for Vorpal, and Crimson. I did these tests with no empowering buff, debuff or surge buff, on a single mag with base magazine size only, no tac mag, appended or extended on either the Warden's Law or 7th Seraph, because I wanted to get base damage values. Plus, with 4th times the charm, you won't run out of bullets until you're out of luck anyway, so increasing the mag size with a mag perk will only give you a few extra normal damage shots, which will be almost meaningless compared to the hugely damage buffed shots you fired prior. For example, on my base mag Warden's Law, before getting out of luck, I dealt the equivalent damage of 135 normal bullets. Of course, if you've got a mag perk on your roll, you might as well equip it, but just know the benefit of those few extra out of luck shots will be marginal. The test results were as follows, and I double checked all these clips counting all the damage ticks to make sure I didn't miss any crits, so these numbers are accurate. Plus, I used the full auto menu option to ensure I was firing as fast as possible on all of these options. Warden's Law fired 14 bullets at 10 stacks and 6 out of luck, for total damage of 498,867. 7th Seraph fired 6 bullets at 10 stacks and 3 out of luck, for total damage of 388,076. Malfeasence fired 6 bullets at 10 stacks, 4 out of luck, and 20 explosive slug detonations, for total damage of 450,132. And Crimson fired 14 bullets at 10 stacks, with none out of luck as the mag emptied just before the buff ran out, for total damage of 250,064. So Warden's Law is the clear winner here, dealing 10.8% more damage than Malfeasence, while not requiring the exotic slot, which is obviously a huge bonus. But there is one extra test with Malfeasence, as it has a hidden interaction with Witherhoard. If a teammate applies Witherhoard to the boss, your Malfeasence damage will increase by 25% across the board, giving total damage of 562,654, 12.8% more than Warden's Law. However, this option not only uses your exotic slot, but also the exotic slot of a teammate, so I still prefer Warden's Law in practice here. And as you can see, Crimson is way down at the bottom of the pack, dealing only half the total damage of Warden's Law, so shouldn't ever really be considered for Lucky Pants damage builds when you can just equip Malfeasance instead. It used to be good, but we have significantly better options now. Warden's Law also pairs nicely with Cascade Point weapons. Normal hand cannons take 6 rapid precision shots to proc it, whereas Warden's only requires 3 shots due to the 2-bullet burst. Similarly, Enlightened Action takes 4 shots with a normal hand cannon to reach its maximum reload speed bonus, but only 2 with Warden's Law. Unfortunately, this perk doesn't have an on-screen display, but I timed the reload speeds during editing to confirm this. On hand cannons, Zen Moment gains 2 stacks per hit up to a max of 5, which takes 3 hits on a normal hand cannon. So I'm going to go ahead and say Warden's Law maxes out at 2 shots here. It doesn't have an on-screen display either, and the perk itself is very hard to confirm visually, but as Cascade Point and Enlightened Action benefit from the burst fire, it's probably safe to assume that Zen Moment does too. As for artifact mods, Rapid Fire Ranger procs on 4 shots from normal hand cannons, but only 2 with Warden's Law, and Overload Hand Cannon, which normally takes 3 shots to stun a champion, instead stuns with only 2. Plus, as it's a nightfall weapon, you can equip the Stunning Recovery Origin trait to regen health, partially reload mag, and improve recovery when stunning a champion, so it makes it a great overload weapon to use this season. The Sect of Force on Aeon gauntlets increases reload and swap speed following rapid precision hits, which takes 4 shots from a normal hand cannon, but only 2 with Warden's Law. And Athrys' Embrace, which takes 3 shots from a regular hand cannon to prep the strengthened heavy knife, again only takes 2 with Warden's Law. And that's all the things that I found. If you think I've missed anything, please let me know in the comments, and if you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. Plus, it's worth looking out in the future if Bungie releases other heavy burst hand cannons, for perks on those that might also benefit from the 2-bullet shot, such as Rapid Hit, Precision Instrument, Redirection, Rewind Rounds, or the Origin traits Nadir Focus, Nanotech Tracer Rockets, Psycho Hack, or Viced Stinger. Thanks for watching.